Hey everybody, so let's talk alts, why you need more than one character on your account, and especially why you should be doing this as soon as possible if you haven't already. So every one of the characters on your account has its own individual energy pool. The energy pool is based off your total maximum, so in my case this is 93. However, I have 6 characters on my account, which means that I have 6 lots of 93 energy. As you can see already, this is huge compared to somebody that just has one character. Having one character with just 93 energy really isn't going to get you far in the game. This is particularly important when it comes to gathering and when you're trying to look to pick up hards and sharps to progress your gear, and also when you're leveling your life skills. What this allows you to do is essentially spread your life skills across your account. So one of my characters is gathering, one's processing the materials, one's using them for alchemy, and another's using them for cooking. Those are just some basic examples. But each one of those characters has 93 energy to spend on that individual task. That's a lot easier than trying to level up all 4 of those life skills on a single character and spread out just one pool of 93 energy. Now, another reason for this, and it's hugely important for progressing your gear, is the fail stack count. So if you've ever failed an enhancement, you'll know that you get an increased chance on your next turn, and that stacks every time you fail. Each character on your account holds its own fail stack. It's not something that carries across every character. So if I get a stack of 20 on my main character and I don't want to waste that on an item, I can switch my equipment over to another character and start enhancing from 0. This becomes hugely important with fail stacking, which is something I'm going to touch on in another video. On the topic of fail stacking as well, another reason to have multiple characters is you want one character that is negative karma. The easiest way to do this is start a new character, level up to just before level 10, and then go and kill horses west of Heidel. To be fair, you don't actually have to level your character, it's just chances are you're going to level it while you're doing this anyway. Now you want to try and avoid killing mobs and just focus on killing the horses. You want to kill a couple of these until you go into negative karma. That's going to turn your character red, which means that the guards in places like Heidel are going to kill you on sight. This is important for when you're enhancing gear, because when you die to these NPCs, there's a chance for your gear to downgrade, which is another reason why you want an alt instead of your main character. Now, when you put the equipment on these alts and you go and die, as I said, it's going to downgrade. So when you're trying to enhance gear, this allows you to keep an item at plus 14 and just repeatedly fail on that item. And if it does ever go to plus 15, you just put it on this karma alt, go and die, it drops back down to 14, and you can start stacking again. So it's a pretty significant reason to do it, and until we get the vendor that's added on PC, this is going to be the only way to drop your item level on your equipment, and it's going to be one of the most fundamental things when it comes to fail stacking in future. Another reason to have an alt is for bosses. When world bosses come out, you're going to want to have a reasonably high level alt with some gear on as a boss alt. This is a character that you just park near a boss that you're looking to farm, and then whenever the boss spawns, you switch over onto this character, kill the boss, switch back onto your main, and there's no need for you to run from one side of the map to the other. Now, that becomes increasingly important when the map continues to grow and we get places like Valencia and Camasilvia, which means that chances are you're going to be a million miles away from those bosses. So having a boss alt is just going to allow you a much easier time getting back there, killing those bosses, hopefully picking up some loot, then switching back over to your main and carrying on from there. Okay, and pretty much the final reason to have these alts is that it allows you to spread them around. So for example, I've got a character that sits solely on my farms that I switch to when I want to prune the crops. I've got a character that's sat on a hill full of sheep for when I want to go and throw some energy into gathering to try and pick up hards and sharps. I've also got a character over in Calfian that allows me to do the dailies easily without having to run my main from Medaya all the way back to Calfian. And then I've got characters that sit at the marketplaces. This just allows me to move things around pretty quickly. So for example, if I drop things off at the marketplace in Altanova, I can easily pick the materials up in Calfian on one of my alts without having to switch across and run all the way through from Altanova over to Calfian. So it's just a couple of reasons why you should be looking at filling out these character slots as quickly as you can, making sure that you're fully utilising the extra energy, that you've got a character there for dropping item level on gear through negative karma, that you're utilizing multiple characters for the enhancement and getting your fail stacks on there, and just using characters to make life a little bit more convenient for yourself. So hopefully that's been a little bit more information for you. It's been useful for some of you. I know that for PC players, as usual, this is going to be sort of a no-brainer, but for a lot of Xbox players out there, they're probably not aware of the benefits of having multiple characters and why you should be looking to have them. As always guys, if you found my content useful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that thumbs up and give me a subscribe. I'm going to keep putting out more content and trying to fill out as many of the requests that you guys are giving me as I can, as quickly as I can.